Imagine being able to point to a single moment and say, right there, that's when they knew the air war was lost. It happened in Berlin, and it started with a German general looking up. Early 1944, air raid sirens wail over the Reich's capital. General Adolf Galland, Germany's top fighter commander and a famous ace, steps outside to study the approaching raid. By now, he knows the pattern. American B-17s and B-24s lumber in from the west, and German fighters tear into them, because their escorts always run out of fuel and turn back. And that was the problem. How do you protect bombers flying hundreds of miles into enemy territory when your fighters simply can't go that far? For years, that unsolvable problem of range bled the U.S. 8th Air Force white. Bombers flew deep into Germany alone, into what crews called the killing zone. Losses were so bad some commanders wondered if daylight bombing was even possible. So what changed? Engineers took a sleek but overlooked American fighter, the P-51 Mustang, and did something radical. They dropped a British Rolls Royce Merlin engine into it. Suddenly, the Mustang could breathe at high altitude where the bombers flew. Add drop tanks under the wings, and this new P-51 could escort bombers all the way to Berlin, about 580 miles from its bases in England and back again. One machine had just shattered the limits of range. Now picture Galland in Berlin that day, raising his binoculars. He expects to see the usual heavy bombers, maybe a few twin-engine escorts at the edge of their endurance. Instead, he sees them, single-engine fighters, dozens, then hundreds. Tiny silver specks, weaving protective patterns around the bomber stream high over the heart of Germany. American P-51 Mustangs, over Berlin. Reports would speak of up to 800 Mustangs in the sky on a single mission, an entire silver swarm that could now roam over German airspace, hunting the hunters. Galland later wrote that when he saw Mustangs over Berlin, he knew the war was lost. In that one glance, he understood. The bombers were no longer coming alone. The Allies had solved the unsolvable. The jig was up. If you were standing in Berlin that day and you looked up at those silver dots stretching from horizon to horizon, what would you have thought?